Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a story time. This story time is about when me, my cousin, and my little brother almost got kidnapped. I know that you guys enjoyed my last story time about when I was in the high-speed chase. If you have not seen that video, make sure that you go and check it out. But this video obviously is, of course, another real story. This took place back in elementary school. So I was in 5th grade, so that means I was 10 years old, which means that my cousin was 9 and my little brother at the time was 5. So where we lived at wasn't one of the best neighborhoods. Obviously when you're a kid and you live in the hood, you don't know that. You know, that's just your normal everyday. You're outside, you're playing, you're having a great time. I had a great childhood, that's all I know. But in my neighborhood, it was mainly consisted of Black or Spanish people. If you see white people, you already knew them because it wasn't many of them. So on this day in particular, me, my cousin, my little brother, we were gonna go walk up to my friend's house who lived literally just right up the street. And it was on spring break. Like, I remember this story so clearly, even though it happened so long ago, but we were on spring break and we were gonna go see my friend. Her name was Taylor, and we were gonna go see my friend Taylor. So while we're walking, we get approached by this white man who's like kind of dressed up, which is red flag number 1. He's like a professional looking man. He has on like dress pants, he has like a button up shirt. I think he even had a tie on. And he starts talking to us and he's asking us, you know, like, what's your name? So I'm telling him my name, my cousin saying her name, my little brother saying his name. He's asking us how old are we? And he's asking us, like, you know, what do we like? And so after a while, I'm starting to be like, my nana told me, my mommy told me, I'm not supposed to be talking to strangers. Like, this man's a stranger. We're not supposed to be talking to strangers. Like, that's just what's going through my head. Like, we're not supposed to be doing this. But he seems like a nice man. And it's so easy to just, you know, to talk to kids, and we're just gonna talk back, like, because you just feel like, okay, this is an adult, so you're just gonna talk back, and they're just asking you simple things as, what's your name? What do you like candy? You know, he's asking us stuff like that. So while he's talking to us, my little brother, who's 5 at the time, he's like all in it. Like, he's all in it. So he's asking us, like, you know, do you guys like puppies? And I'm like, because, you know, I love dogs. So we're like, we like puppies. And my little brother, he's just like, yeah, I like puppies. He's like, do you want to see them? And so he's like, yeah, we want to see the puppies. So the guy starts walking us to the van. Little does he know, we had just walked out of our house. So we had a huge front yard, and thank God at the time we didn't have a fence, because eventually we did get a fence built around it, but we had a huge front yard. When I say the front yard was huge, it was huge. And we were literally at like the end. So we're still on the sidewalk, because like I said, we're walking to my friend's house. So we're walking on the sidewalk and we're at the very bottom of our big yard. So we're standing basically in front of the house, but it's just a lot of yard. So the guy starts walking us to where he's parked, and it was a white woman driving. She never got out the car. She was like the getaway driver. That's basically what her role was. Fat white woman, she's sitting, it was a green van. She's sitting in the front car, and as we're walking up to it, he's telling us, like, you know, I have puppies, I have candy, you know, anything that kids are gonna be attracted to. So we're walking to the van. I'm just like, we are not supposed to be talking to strangers. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble because, you know, I'm the oldest. I'm gonna get in trouble. So like, when we get to the van, like, the van is literally decorated to intrigue children. Like, there's balloons in there. He does have puppies, because I seen a puppy in a cage. He literally opens the door. He's like, yeah, you see I have puppies in here. And he's asking my little brother, like, do you want to pet them? And my little brother's like, yeah. He's about to go into the van. And so I'm like, that's when I'm like, okay, this is not right. We definitely not supposed to be getting in strangers' cars. So I literally snatched him up, and now that we walked to where he walked to where he was parked was even closer to our house. So we were just able to just shoot right into the yard and walk in the door. So I grabbed my little brother and we just start running, because me and my cousin, we're just like, we're looking at each other like, hey, we're gonna get in trouble. That's all I'm thinking, like, we're gonna get in trouble. We're not supposed to be talking to strangers. So I grabbed my little brother and we go into the house. Now when I grabbed him, this is how I know that he had bad intentions. He slammed the door shut, he hops in the car, and they like skirt, like they're like flying out of the parking spot, and they just flew out the neighborhood. I mean, like, that's how you know that they had bad intentions, like the way that they took off. So we run into the house and my nana's there and my mom, we're like, we almost got kidnapped. We almost got kidnapped. They're like, what? Kidnapped? Like, we almost got kidnapped. So they call 911 and the police come, and me and my cousin were arguing about the color of the van. She's like, no, it was blue. I was like, no, it was green. She's like, no, it was blue. I'm like, no, it was green. The police officer's like, what's the license plate? I'm in 5th grade. You think I'm thinking about getting license plates? We don't know about stuff like that. We're like, what kind of car was it? A van? What kind of van? It was a green van. Okay, what kind of van? Like, sir, we don't know types of cars and different types of cars. You asking us like, what's the make and model of a van? We don't know. All I know it was green. My cousin saying it's blue. My mom was like, listen to her because she's the oldest. And she's like, no, but it's blue. I'm like, no, it's green. So we're going back and forth. So the guy, eventually, obviously he never got caught because, I mean, we didn't have license plates. We didn't know the car van he had. We're arguing about the color of it, even though I know it was green. But I remember going back to school and a newsletter had went out. So this is after spring break, so now we're back in school, and a newsletter had went out about, you know, make sure that your kids know not to talk to strangers type of thing, because an incident happened over spring break where 3 children were approached by a strange male who tried to lure them into their car. And I'm reading it like, because they're like, you know, take this home, give it to your parents. I'm reading, I'm like, this was me. Like, this happened to us. So I'm telling people in my class, like, that newsletter is about me. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, that happened to me and my cousin, my little brother. And I'm just like, wow, like they put in a newsletter. But yeah, so that's basically the story of when we almost got kidnapped. It's very important that you do talk to your children and let them know not to talk to strangers. Even though, because like I said, in the child's mind, you think, okay, an adult, you don't think of the bad things that can happen. You just like, okay, this is an adult, he's asking us what's our names, and do we like candy, and do we like puppies, and you don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But I just had a feeling, I was like, something's not right, because like I said, we didn't live in a great neighborhood. This was a neighborhood like when we were in school, the teacher would tell us, oh, if you live in this neighborhood, make sure you're very safe on Halloween night. And I used to be like, why do they say that? Like, why do they always say my neighborhood, make sure you're safe on Halloween? What about the other neighborhoods? But you know, like I said, when you're a kid and you're in those kind of environments, you don't know. You don't know that you're in a bad neighborhood. But like I said, that was a red flag. This guy, this white man who's kind of dressed up in this neighborhood, sir, you look like you don't belong. And thank God for me thinking in my head, and my mom, my aunts, and my nana, my papa telling me that you don't talk to strangers, you never talk to strangers, you don't get in nobody's car, because my brother damn sure was about to get in that car to hold that puppy, and Lord knows what could have happened or where he could be today if I didn't snatch his ass up. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't remember this at all, because like I said, he was 5 years old. But yeah, that was the story, and it was kind of scary. So yeah, like I was saying, make sure that you talk to your children, let them know the importance of not talking to strangers. And it's so crazy because I seen this video on Facebook where they were doing like this, they were like doing it, I'm not gonna say it's a challenge. They were doing this thing where they were telling parents like, hey, if I go and talk to your kid, will your kid talk to me? And the parents are like, oh no, they're not gonna talk to you. I tell them all the time not to talk to strangers. And this random guy, he would go up to the kid and be like, hey, what's your name? And start saying stuff like, do you like candy? You wanna go get some with me? And the little kids would be like, yeah. And they would just straight walk away with this random man, even though the man had already consulted with the parent, like, I wanna do a test to see if your kid will actually talk to a stranger. And most of those kids did. And like I said, you could talk to your kids, but you really have to enforce it, because they're just so innocent and so naive, and you just say one thing that they're really interested in, or something that they really like, and they're just all for it. Like, all those talks that you had just goes right out the window. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below if you've ever had anything crazy like this happen to you before, or even your kids if you have any. And I will see you guys in my next video.